Welcome to the Hobby Jogger Podcast, where elite athletes and ham and eggers lace up their stories. We explore the common ground that running creates, from the world-class runner to the hobbyist hitting the pavement, trail, or treadmill. Expect a blend of inspiration, laughter, and the shared joy that makes every step count. Join us on this journey where every run is a story worth sharing. Thank you for coming back for another episode of the Hobby Jogger. I am your co-host, Mr. Casey Koza. Once again, joined by my co-host, Mr. Rob Myers. Rob, how are we doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. Warmed up a little bit here in the South. Was able to get out for a run. Happy about that. I think we're here to talk about you two boys going out to the desert for a little race.
Yeah, we are. We are once again joined by my dear friend, Mr. Will Walmsley, who is, in fact, heading back home with me on Thursday to go out to the Black Canyons race out there in, I guess it starts in Mayer, Arizona. Will, welcome back to the Hobby Jogger.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Excited to do it. Exciting week. Race week, man.
It is. And, I would like to preface that by saying that it has been brutal training here in Northeast Ohio. Rob is lucky that he's down in Tennessee. It's been much warmer for him, maybe not for him because it's still cold for Tennessee, but warm compared to what we have had to deal with up here. So, yeah.
Hey, the invitation's still open. The invitation's still open. I've been inviting you guys for years. Come on down.
Yeah, well, been tough training here this winter, don't you think?
Yeah, winter's brutal in general, but this one, it's not even being able to run on the roads. We had 16 inches of snow and it's not melted away. It's still here. So it's treadmills or going out in 0-degree weather.
Yeah, we're actually gaining inches of snow, it seems, every morning I wake up and the car is covered. So
yeah, normal winter for Ohio. It seems like it's here for a couple of days and then you have an end in sight. All right, got another 3 days and it's going to start melting away. But yeah, trails can't even touch them. I haven't been able to think of touching them in about a month.
Sure haven't. But we're going out to the desert where it's going to be warm and sunny. Hopefully no snow this year. Last time I was out there, it did snow a little bit. Had a nice little race delay for the 100K. So let's start off there with the 100K because we are going to get to view the 100K live and in person, get to see the carnage as it unfolds. I know what number one thing I'm looking forward to, Will, and it's what I look forward to every ultra, is seeing the carnage at Black Canyon City at about the 50K mark.
I haven't experienced it yet.
You have not experienced it yet.
No,
Rob,
I've heard from you, and it makes sense. This has to be the most competitive golden ticket race, and everybody just tries to be in golden ticket position. So you just see a very competitive field. Everyone just goes out hot. That's what you want to see a race.
Yeah, for sure. They do race at this. There's not going to be someone out front time trialing this race, I don't believe.
Yeah, that first downhill is probably my favorite section of any race that I've ever run. When you're just going down forever. I mean, at the beginning there. Now it was freezing. The mud was frozen. That was quite challenging. It's also the coldest I've ever been at the beginning of that race 2 years ago. But the sun eventually came out.
Yeah, and it does. It does warm up quite a bit, quite quickly, especially once you get down past the Bumblebee aid station, I believe it's called. I should know that. Yes, it's Bumblebee. But yeah, definitely heats up. Will, what are you looking forward to in the 100K race?
Well, one, a good buddy of ours, Eamon. It's fun seeing one of our local marathoners. He's done some trail races. I mean, he's done our Buckeye 50K. He did a race out in Switzerland last year, and now he signed up for 100K out here. He's been putting a lot of work, so it's great seeing someone that I look up to in the running community here in Ohio, and he's going to be going out trying to compete out there. Real excited to see that. Yeah, it's just a competitive race. I mean, you got Francesco Pupi coming from Italy, Eli Hemming, a lot of the biggest names in the sport just right on the same start line. On the women's side, you have Tara Dower, Riley Brady. They both two fastest times on this course, and I don't know if anyone has them as the favorites for it. That's how crazy it is when you have Jennifer Lichter and Molly Seidel. Like it's it's a deep field.
Yeah, women's field super exciting, and it is a very deep field. There's some ladies there who have won some pretty big races. Uh, Molly Seidel, as you mentioned, uh, Olympic bronze medalist coming into the trail community. I'm super stoked about it. I think she's going to win. How do you feel that she'll fare going the 100K distance?
I mean, you've been texting with Jeremy and I, and I'm excited to see how she does because the transition from roads, where road marathon, you're able to take a threshold pace and hold it as long as possible. This is going to stretch you out from that 2 hours and 20 minutes where and now she's having to run about 8+ hours. It's going to be a little bit different type of racing, and then you add some elevation, some technicality to it. Um, it'll be interesting to see how she does because the nutrition is going to play a bigger role. I definitely think she's going to be in contention. I think a golden ticket here for her is very, very likely. I'm not ready to say she's the odds-on favorite to win because there's other girls here that are super fast A and just a lot more experience. I think it's a very, very tough transition to go from roads to now more than doubling your race distance, almost tripling your race time. That's very, very difficult. So I still think like Jen Lichter, she's stepping up to the 100K. Inville Casperin, Tara Dower, Riley Brady, like all of them. I can't pick on who I would say is the favorite, but I'm going to go with Riley Brady right now because right now they have the course record, and I'm going to pay respect to that. The more and more I think about it, I'm going to go with Riley right now as my favorite.
All right, you got Riley as your morning line favorite. Rob, do you have any opinion on the women's field here? Have you had a chance to look it over?
I just glanced it. I tend to agree with Will, though. I mean, I can't make a pick, but you can't go wrong with that record.
Yeah, yeah, course
I mean,
record.
Riley's got it, so can't pick against her.
Yeah, yeah. Riley is tough runner. Been here before, been very successful in this course. However, I am an MFer, a Molly follower. So I have Molly as my favorite. I think she has ton of race experience. I understand it's not a threshold for 2 hours and 20 minutes, but she also never gets to just go out and time trial a race. She's had a lot of in race experience that I feel will carry over. I think you may see her with a little bit different race strategy come Saturday, where she sits in with the other females, none of which are as fast as her. I don't think that's, she's an Olympic bronze medalist, so I think she can sit in with the other females in the race and race them more towards the end, maybe push them, stretch them out towards the end through the more technical parts. But that's why they run the race. They don't run the race with me, Rob, and Will discussing it.
I mean, has she been posting any of her training? I mean, it's two different sports, road to trail, especially that course. And I wonder what her training's been like.
She definitely has. She set the course record for a race in
Bandera,
50.
50K.
Yeah, 50K in Texas. I forget. I know the race, and I'm blanking on it now. But
I
she
think it
did.
was Bandera.
Yeah, Bandera, which
Yep.
used to be a golden ticket race at the 100K. No
Yeah.
longer the case. But yeah, she's she's really been training in the desert. She's from the desert, lives in Flagstaff, I believe. Correct?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know either. She does a lot of training around there. It seems. Yeah,
If she lived out there, I mean, she'd be out running on the course.
yeah. She did have a training run on the course a
Yeah.
few weeks ago.
A
So
lot, a lot of athletes have been out there. Uh, yeah, you see Francesco out there. I mean, seeing her on the women's side, Deanna Doan, the Laurel Highlands course record holder, Florida FKT, one of our dark horses that we're following. She's been on the course.
Yeah, I've definitely been on the course a bit, and it's the first 20 miles is super fast. There's no doubt about that. I mean, right up Molly and is alley as far as a speed race goes. And I now that you mentioned Deanna, I do need to apologize to Deanna. Last year at Laurel Highlands, I know like during the race, I saw her go by the first aid station. I was looking at the results. I was like, Florida runner, no chance out here on this course. I think the highest elevation in Florida is around 200 feet, which
If
that's,
that.
yeah, which,
263.
yeah. What is it, Rob?
263.
263, which is not even as high as the hill to get the elevation to get onto the actual Laurel Highlands Trail from the parking lot. So I was like, no chance. She is very good in the heat, but I figured, and then she breaks the course record by I believe 26 minutes, and the course record holder was Leah Yingling, a very accomplished ultra runner. So I myself,
Also, first woman to go under 13 hours.
yes, first woman to go under 13 hours on a very difficult course. So I am giving Deanna Doan, who has agreed to come onto the show for the following episode. Thank you, Deanna. I am throwing her in my fantasy top picks because I believe she has a puncher's chance to win the race, especially the back half of that race, which gets a little bit steeper, a lot more technical, which she has proven to be able to do out at Laurel Highlands. Hey folks, if you're loving the stories, tips, and laughs we're dishing out, make sure you don't miss an episode. Hit that subscribe button so you're the first to know when a new episode drops. And hey, if you've got a second, why not leave us a review? Your feedback helps us improve and keeps this running community growing. Lace up, hit subscribe, and let's get back into the show.
I'm just looking at the start line right now. We haven't even talked about Lin Chen and Flower.
Well, Lin Chen is currently
Abraham.
signed up for two races, I believe.
Oh,
Tarawara, hopefully I said that correct, likely did not, and Black Canyon 100K. So she is not in my top 10 because I don't know her travel schedule.
be
So
real difficult to run the same, races on two different continents on the same day.
a little bit difficult, not saying it's impossible or that Lynn cannot
I'm gonna
do
say
it.
it's probably impossible.
Probably. One name we haven't mentioned, which I think we probably should have, awesome story too, by the way, Ann Flower out of Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's, I don't want to say relative, I wouldn't say new to the sport. She's, been running it for quite a while, but seems to have recently gained a little bit more notoriety. She was our 50-mile national champion, I believe, last year, won Leadville, both the 50 and 100-mile version and marathon, actually, and was a 100K winner at Javelina Jundred, not 100K. That's a mouthful. Back in 2024. Have you been following Ann Flower at all, Rob or Will?
I mean, new Hoka athlete. Definitely excited seeing her results from last year. It's definitely on the radar.
Yeah, for sure on the radar. I also have her in my top 5 as well.
Smart.
Very smart. Rob, have you filled out your fantasy picks yet?
No, I'm actually looking at it right now on my phone, multitasking.
We're just kind of a mishmash of men's and women's field here. But one person who I know I will be rooting for in the men's field, other than our good friend Eamon, who I also give a puncher's chance to due to his marathon speed, is Eli Hemming. Just got beat out for a golden ticket last year. I read something, I don't know where, he was battling something with the heat last year at this race. So hopefully he's got that all squared away. Definitely have him in my top 3. How about you, Will?
Yeah, it will be interesting because you got Hans Troyer. Yeah, Francesco Pupi. He's been out there running on the course with my brother. Yeah, and then it's always a possibility that there could be someone that's entering last minute. Like Adam Peterman's been out did a training camp on the course. He's currently signed up for the 50K. Could he bump up? He's not currently in Western states. I'm sure he's been training with Zach Perrin out in Montana. That'd be fun seeing him in the course. A guy that's won Western states, as accomplished as he is, still coming back from injury, looked really good towards the end of last year. Uh, I'd love to see him bump up, start racing. Hans Troyer, new name, that's really hot. Finished top
Recent
10.
recent signing by Hoka, correct?
Yep.
Formerly an ultra athlete, I believe,
Yeah.
if I am not mistaken.
Yeah.
So yeah, every year, well, the last few years, I should say.
Oh, Anthony Costales, he won it back in 23. Remember when he put a move on Tom Evans, and hearing Tom describe like it was just a move, couldn't match it, couldn't do anything, just one of the best moves Tom Evans has ever seen. Uh, he's back. He's running.
Anthony Costales is back, a very accomplished runner. I looks like he took a little bit of time away, maybe from the sport, or was injured.
I think he got injured.
Yeah, had a good showing at Western States a few years ago, finishing third there. It did win the Black Canyon 100K previously, and took fourth over in a UTMB race. CHE is Switzerland, I believe, for some reason, correct? The abbreviation?
That'd be Switzerland, yes.
Yeah, it's odd. I'll have to do some research into why CHE is the abbreviation for Switzerland. I don't know that off the top of my head, but yeah, finished fourth over there. So yeah, very excited to see him back. Super fast. I believe was a fast marathoner before coming over to the trail world. Has quite a bit of speed. So yeah, it's gonna be super exciting. Now, Will, shifting away from the elite athletes, moving over to us hobby joggers. Jeremy Pope could not join us. Frequent guest of the show, usually in tandem with you. Tonight, you're here by yourself, but he's also going out to Black Canyon with us. We have quite a group from Ohio going out there to enjoy the Black Canyon. And most of us are running the 50K, very fast 50K. What are you looking forward to in the 50K, other than obviously running it for the first time? But what are some things you're looking forward to?
And the warm weather, I'm definitely looking forward to that. For myself, I'm looking to just finish strong. Like this to me, I'm in Boston Marathon this year, and it's kind of like, all right, great opportunity. My sister just had a baby, so that's like perfect time, get a nice long run in. Um, yeah, and it's just fun. I've heard from you on it, and yeah, we've got a huge contingent. The more and more I look at it, I'm like, there's more people from Ohio that are our group that's going out that we're gonna know, even when our local races are going on. Like you, Pope, David, Stephen Capes, Alex Phillips, Matt Parker. We got Amber to sign up for it. Trying to get a couple more people that are going to be out there to sign up for it. In the 100K, you got Eamon, Lauren Croissant. Previous friend of the podcast too, Michael Weinsheimer. Him and his wife Suzanne, they're both signed up for it.
Yeah, it's a great time to go out there. Rob, unfortunately, not signed up this year, has a busy schedule of races ahead. So, Rob, we will miss you while we're out there, but we'll send you lots of pictures of us in the sun and heat. Don't worry.
Appreciate it. Wish I could have done both.
And yeah, Will, I don't know how this spiraled into just a massive amount of people from the Akron area going, but yeah, quite a few of our friends are now signed up, and or met a guy at the shoe store, Brennan, last week. We're trying to talk him into signing up. Well, hopefully we have a little bit of success.
Yeah, let him, and yeah, we'll see if we can talk him into it. They're already out there, and why not? It's gonna be a fun race.
Yeah, it is, and one of the reasons I wanted to go back is what a good job that Aravaipa does with the race.
They do.
They truly do. Laurel Highlands is my favorite race, and I speak about that with nothing but the highest praises. But the guys at Aravaipa, Jameel, and I don't know who else runs it with them. I'm sure there's a whole team, but they do just a tremendous job running their races as well. And it's really a first rate show, so to speak, that they put on there. And really, for the 100K, it's great viewing as well. There's a lot of access into the aid stations. They're not super far away from each other, so it's all very drivable. You're not out on some remote canyon, desolate road up, 6,000 feet or whatever you are for Western states.
Are all the aid stations just right off the I-17 there?
They're not too far off, I don't believe.
Yeah.
Like one of them for Bumblebee, we have to kind of go over and down a little bit into like a canyon, but I don't believe they're very, very far off of I-17.
Yeah, they're all pretty close.
Yeah, that's where I'm like from Arizona. Didn't get into running until I moved to Ohio. Never been on this portion of Arizona trails before.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't you and Jess run like a something out there?
Cave Creek Thriller.
Yeah,
In 21. Yep.
that was not out in this.
No, I think that was McDowell's.
That was okay. So, which
A
we're
little bit
kind of
south, closer Cave Creek area.
got it. Okay, yeah, I do not. Everything's Phoenix there to me. So, yeah, I know there's Scottsdale and Tempe and whatever else, but yeah,
Phoenix metropolitan area.
yes, the Phoenix metropolitan area. It's all just Phoenix to me. We're staying in Northeast Phoenix. I know that. So, but yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it. What a great situation we have with all of our friends going out there. Uh, unfortunately, again, Rob can't make it. I get it, but we got David with us. He's running it for the second time. We did get our friend Amber. We're promoting the sport, Will, getting new people involved into the ultra running scene. We talked her into running the 50K. I did promise her, Rob, that it is, in fact, all downhill. So,
It is.
Isn't that how you talked everyone into it 1 or 2 years ago for the first time?
yeah, that's exactly what I said. So I thought I'd go with the same move. And
You could
it
do
ends
all
up.
your training on the towpath.
Yep. And I did do my last long run, which was like 5 weeks ago a lot of it on the towpath. So
And it was all downhill, right?
it there's a couple uphills, more towards the middle end of the race, but yeah, it's mostly all downhill. I don't know that makes it that much easier, but
I'm just happy it's a 50K now. The 60K was awful because you could see the finish line and you ran past it, went down to the river, turned around, and then ran back. It was just torture. Like there's the finish line, and I have to keep running.
yeah. I didn't hit a cactus, so I was pretty happy about that. Not happy about the last 10K. I'm glad they changed that. Uh, I probably would not have run it if it was 60K again. Just did not like the end on some hot mining road or whatever it is they're doing out there. I don't know, but yeah. So I definitely agree.
As you're saying this, like not having been out there, I'm like, one of my mentors, back when I was in high school and college, he signed up for the race too. Sean McGeever, he leads Young Life in the Paradise Valley Cave Creek area. He's the head leader for that. He signed up for the race and he was sending me intel. Did the last like half marathon on the course. It's like, yeah, I read it just briefly. I need to look at it a little bit more.
Yeah, it's I know this is at least coming out before Black Canyons, but the course is really two different courses for the 50K and for the 100K for that matter. It's the first 20 miles and then the last 10, which sounds like, yeah, no kidding, idiot. But the course dramatically changes from 20 to 30, I feel, Rob. And I know you ran it. Did you feel the same way, other than the mining road for the out and back part for the last 10K?
Oh, 100%. It was like two different planets. I mean, you're running downhill, a lot of switchbacks. You get to that aid station, the one that's right before Bumblebee Ranch, and then all of a sudden it's just really punchy hills that you're going up and down and up and down and kind of going along the side of the hill. But yeah, two different courses.
Yeah.
It felt like a
So
different
one
race.
thing Jim has said is like on those uphills, it's like a quick switchback. So then you lose all your momentum right before you start climbing. Is
Yeah.
that accurate?
Yeah. There was no, yeah, you had to like yeah, exactly what Jim said. You had to like stop so you didn't get to use any of your momentum and switch back and go. It's don't look at the elevation profile and think it's just like this all downhill, all out, because it is. Like there's a lot of tight turns. I don't want to say, I wouldn't call them, they are switchbacks. So we'll say switchbacks. But yeah, you kind of come back over and don't take the cut. Don't go through the the field there. But yeah,
The
it's
Euros like to say, take the cut. Yeah, it
yeah.
doesn't work out I don't suggest that in the desert where there's jumping choya.
No, you do not want to get hit by a jumping choya. I knew nothing about the jumping choya before I went last time. Maybe I wouldn't have. It's a terrifying plant.
Haven't slept since.
Yeah, haven't slept since. But yeah, it's don't be fooled by the elevation chart. And I actually saw Eamon the other day down at the shoe store. I had to go pick up a couple things down there at Second Soul, right? Get all of my pre-race goods. But yeah, so I told him, I said that after the first 20, it's a whole different course. It's not, it gets technical, it's rocky. You know, you go up these little punchy hills, and yeah, you have to like stop and come back over across, and it does take you out of your rhythm.
Looks like most of the elevation gains in the second half too. It's not much for a 32-mile race. It's 2,000 feet of elevation gain. I think it's about 4,000 descent across point to point race.
After
the 50K
is definitely the longest climb of the 50K. From Bumblebee up top to, I forget the name of the aid station across the street. But yeah, that's the big climb. It's not that bad. It's not, I don't remember it being steep or anything or too terribly difficult.
Most of the climbs, I'm just looking at the elevation profile. It looks like everything's right around 4 or 5%. So it's pretty runnable. But at that point, you've got 20 miles in your legs right before you start that climb.
Well, and it does feel like somebody took a baseball bat to my quads after that 20 miles. My legs were, I remember I said whoever was there crewing, I forget, but I was just like, hey, I can't wait for this climb. I can't wait to finally go uphill for a sustained amount of time to kind of take the pressure off my quads, because I'm in a lot of pain right now.
How rocky is it the second half, rather that last half marathon, last 10 miles? Does it get pretty rocky? I'm looking at one picture here, and it's almost like PA rocks.
Yeah, I remember it being considerably rocky.
A bunch of softballs.
Yeah, I forget what shoes. I think I had the Tecton 2s on. So they did kind of protect my toe, but I was happy that I had them on because I was kicking a lot of rocks, very similar to Pennsylvania. But nothing, I don't remember anything steep. Is that how you remember it, Rob?
Yeah, it was rocky, but not technical. You know, it was still very runnable, but you definitely have to watch where you're placing your foot, right? Because you're going to kick a few rocks along the way.
Yeah, definitely kicked a few rocks. I will be sure that we get the all of the our scouting report from Jim before we shove off for the 50K. Will he doesn't?
You dialed in your nutrition yet?
Yeah, I actually. So I ran the Laurel Highlands 50K the fall, and I was it went about as good as it can nutrition wise for me. I'm locked in. I finally got that solved to my satisfaction, and I felt great after it, during it, the whole time. So I'm just going to continue on with. I use the Never Second powder in all of the flasks, 2 scoops, and a gel every 30 minutes. So I didn't go super high carb, Rob. Okay.
Hey, that's still plenty. That's what, 90 grams?
Yeah, it's 90. I'm a little bit bigger though. I'm 185 pounds. So
okay.
I think it goes to scale. I don't understand when I hear these people that are, 120 pounds. I think they need, 190 grams of carbs. I feel like, and I'm no scientist or nutritionist or anything, but I feel like the body can only absorb per pound so many. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, I have stepped it up lately. I started to go through about 500 calories an hour and around 100 grams of carbs. And I've noticed a huge difference. I don't know if I'm absorbing all of it or not, but it's definitely different than I normally do. And I've noticed a ton of energy. which is, I don't know. I'm going to double down on it.
Yeah, this was the fall classic was the first time that I truly did take it serious and stuck to the, the quote unquote plan. And like I forced it down, but I was still full stride at mile 23. I think that's where I put up my fastest mile. And actually at the end I was like, man, I could have done a lot more if I had a little bit of, belief that this system would work. So yeah, I guess Will, I did step up the carbs, not to the super high level, but up quite a bit. What is your strategy going to be?
Uh, Wearing a vest, having two flasks on me that should have about 60 grams in them, each, so two scoops in every second. I'm not too worried with this just being a 50K, worrying about salt intake. If it was 100K, absolutely, but I think there's enough reserves to where I'm not too worried about it. But then most of my other calories, I'm planning just to use gels. So I'll be
Yeah,
carrying quite a few gels on me.
yeah. I know for me, I'm going to start out. I'm wearing the belt. I've gone to the belt now. I'm a belt guy,
Okay.
and I'll carry one flask because I'm not stopping at the first aid station. So plan is to not stop at the first aid station. Empty flask in, and make it to aid station 2, where I'll have a couple or I'll have a flask with me to get me to the mile 20, and then get a handoff of fresh flasks.
So good thing with the belt. Pro tip I will say on this. Uh I know 70 degrees is what it looks like in the forecast for Sunday. Doesn't sound hot, but coming from where it was 10 degrees for the past 3 weeks here, it's gonna feel hot. Tuck your shirt in, and then you can dump ice and we'll hold all the ice all around you.
See that? We learned something today, Rob.
Will dropping knowledge. Let's
That
go.
is actually a very good, seemingly something I should have thought about, but didn't because I don't know why, but did not think of that. But I'm guessing that was a Western States trick or maneuver that you saw in person. If I had,
Yeah, I saw someone do it where they accidentally happened upon it. Like, oh, this is actually pretty nice. Holds it, keeps it there.
I like that. It's so simple, Rob, and it's just never really even dawned on me to do that. So hopefully there's ice out there because I know at Bumblebee, if it's hot, or the one after that, now that I'm looking at it, Gloriana Mine is the aid station after that, where you have 8 miles to go to get to the finish. That's a long way. Uh, yeah, gonna need that cooling if they have ice. I don't know. Might not be cool. Hopefully, it isn't hot enough yet by the time we get there. So hopefully, I don't need that. Because you're right, Will. I am not ready for the heat. I've been bundled up all winter, freezing my ass off here in Ohio. So
Yeah, I'm planning on, having two flasks just topping off with water every single aid station because I haven't had to use much water during the winter here. But man, I'm a heavy sweater and 70 and dry. I'm like, better to have too much water.
yeah, for sure. Much better to have too much water. You don't want to run out of water in the desert. Not a good feeling. And I think what I should wrap into here, Will, is the shoes we will be wearing. Hopefully, you're wearing them because we do need to do a shoe review, but we will be wearing and reviewing the Hoka. Hopefully, I say this correctly. The Hoka Rocket X Trail, correct?
I mean, it's French, maybe Roquet.
Rocket.
I'm gonna go with the Rocket X.
Yeah.
That's
Roquet.
what
I just want to make sure it wasn't the French version of the shoe that we
Rocket
were
X. I
we
think you
were
got
wearing.
that one right.
Yes. Good.
No,
Good
I'm
on me
planning
for
to wear
remembering.
that mostly because most of my comfort and training has been on the roads, and that one seems like I mean it's a road shoe with a trail outsole, so I'm hoping it adapts real quick and easy.
Yeah, for sure is. I had the chance to wear it one time so far. I can't remember if it was snowy. I don't think it was. I just wanted to make sure it fit well, fit very good. Uh, Special thanks to Michael down at Second Soul, who actually made me measure my foot. For a lot of years, Rob, I didn't know my real foot size. Can you believe that?
How off were you?
Ah, by about a size.
Really?
But
Full size, not even half a size.
no, well, it's different because I always just wore the same shoe that I've worn since size I've worn since high school because I liked my shoes a size small playing soccer. So I always just wore a size small shoe. And we were talking about shoe sizes. He's like, what size are you? I was like, 9. He's like, ah. He's like, why don't we measure it? So he took me aside, measured my shoe, got me the proper measurements, and now I wear a size 10.
Wow.
Yeah, so go to your
Whole
local
new
shoe
world.
store.
Whole new world.
Whole new world that I'm in here, Rob. So go to your local shoe store, preferably Second Soul, down there in the valley, and have Michael or Eamon or any of the reps measure your foot. Make sure you are wearing the correct size shoe.
There's also another local store out in Worcester, the Aid Station, right?
There is coming soon. Rob, I'm gonna have to check. It is on social media, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's correct. So we can talk about it. I know we were not allowed to talk about it a little bit before, but yes, our good friend.
Oh, I didn't know we weren't allowed to talk about it.
What's that?
So I didn't know we weren't allowed to talk about it.
Well, we weren't until, but then I remembered it is on social media, the Aid Station, a running store. I believe that's what it's called. I should have looked because Will surprised me with this, so I didn't. But Mr. Jeremy Pope and Stephen Capes, who we will be hanging out with in Arizona, are opening up their own shoe store in Worcester, Ohio. So please check them out as well if you're ever out that way, and tell them the Hobby Jogger sent you. There's no discounts. It'll just make me feel better about myself. Yeah. Good on you to bring that up, Will. I forgot. And I know we're going to do an episode with Jeremy about it. So, yeah, good to see and good to hang out with those guys. Maybe pick their brain a little bit about shoes while we're out there.
Like that. See how your local store connects with community, builds up running.
It does. It really
Love to
does.
hear all about it.
Yep. And good to support local small businesses. I know I do. I order shoes from Michael down there at Second Soul whenever I can. So I appreciate everything that they do, especially measuring my smelly foot fresh out of a pair of old Cliftons. So thank you very much again for that, Michael. And that's about all I got for this episode. Will, anything to add before we go?
We know Molly Seidel's in the 100K. We didn't mention Des Linden in the 50K, another Olympic athlete. So it's interesting seeing some of the biggest American names, biggest American road names making their attempts going into it. It's exciting.
Yes. And the only time I will see Des Linden is in the start corral, and maybe a glimpse of her as she is getting off the track as I am starting. So really cool to get to share a start line with Des Linden of, amazing career she has had up to this point. Going to be exciting to see what it is that she does here at Black Canyons, which I'm sure is crush it. And I will likely pick her to win the women's field in the fantasy.
I feel like if I see her at any point other than the start line, something went terribly wrong, because even if everything goes right for me, she is a much, much better runner.
Yes, she is. Well, that is for sure. She is an elite runner. So yeah, it's gonna be very cool to share a start line with her. Something only happens in trail running where the elites somehow are starting near me, Rob, which is kind of cool.
Make sure you ask for an autograph.
I'm getting a selfie. I'm a selfie guy. I'm not an autograph guy. I'm a selfie guy.
It's just amazing to see the crossover to trail running. These elite athletes coming over from road.
Yeah, it's awesome for the sport, and I am there for it. So yeah, you got anything before we go, Rob?
No, good luck, boys.
We appreciate that, and thanks again for joining us for this episode. If you see Will or myself out there at Black Canyon, please say hello and have a great race out there. Till next time, thank you. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Hobby Jogger. We hope you've enjoyed our conversation today. And if you liked what you heard, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your support keeps us moving forward. Until next time, keep those feet moving and enjoy the miles.